When it comes to self-improvement, you have to find the most valuable resource and take care of it, and it happens to be time. So time management is always going to be the biggest question. If you get sick, you lose time. If you get bored, you don't know how to use time. If you get in trouble, a lot of time can be wasted until you get out of trouble. Time is the most valuable resource in this case to keep track of. If you want to self improve, and we're gonna get to that point slowly and surely. The funny thing is to also be patient. Progress comes slow, unfortunately. It's not gonna hit like a meteor. It has to grow on you. And I can throw a bunch of seeds on you and maybe something grows, but it's not guaranteed that you need everything that I am throwing, right? I've already made this video. This is a remix. I cannot help myself and I have to rewind. The max stats, we have made 6 episodes. And across these 6 episodes, we have collected some self-improvement information. Not tips, not advice. We're putting together a big blob, like a book of information to really understand how self-improvement comes together and how much can you improve your life, how much of it will require experimentation and testing new things. Let's just quickly recap. Well, we can't do that because I do that all the time. This is rewind. This is where we click into the video. Yeah, it's not really advice when I have some special spicy information. This is the matrix we built so far. And I keep updating this thing. Self-improvement is about looking back and making sure that everything is correct, rebuilding the same thing over and over, because these are just ideas, these are concepts. You can rebuild them. You might not be able to rebuild the entire project of what you're up to just because there's a few problems in it. Now you just tinker. You just change things as they are. But for me, I have to like redraw this thing over and over again. And every single time I look at it slightly differently. So these are like paths, right? Paths of how your self-esteem can grow. If you can be an NPC, you can be a celebrity that's like greater than NPC, right? So you stand on top of the ants and you just celebrate how big you are. And then you can go even bigger. It's very difficult to see what this is. It's like an Overwatch person and that just watches over everyone. Fucking Guardian news media. Mostly interviewers, I put Joe Rogan as an example of a king because kings get to interact with A-listed celebrities. This is how you know, right? The funny thing is, I keep increasing my self-esteem. I just can't help myself. It feels like I'm just completely blocked from this, from entering a path. And I'm not exactly sure, this is still a mystery of like what makes you go this way. Maybe you go this way because you are a righteous person and you're doing the right thing and you're finding like really valuable ways to spend your time. You should go that way. If you can find valuable ways to spend your time, you're going to be an NPC that just breeds out more NPCs, you know? Just creates that family tree. That's all that's going to happen to regular human beings. And apparently they're very bad at it. They're very bad at making babies right now. So you probably don't even want to be NPC, to be honest. I don't know. That also happens to be a mystery of like, what happened to you guys? Yep. They all get sucked into TikTok. Oh no. They can't make babies anymore. Well, the world clearly needs a fix, and I'm not exactly sure how long it's gonna take, but people definitely are worried about this thing. Anyways, so you choose a path, essentially, across time, and I was going all the way over here. Technically, the path of guru and enlightenment, basically. Like the most fucking outrageous or God's path, basically. You can see that too. God's path is the most mystical and mind-blowing path where everyone thinks you're a crazy person, but it's like, yeah, it's crazy in here, dude. There's no there's no way forward anymore. That's it. This is where you draw the line and you have to move forward now. That's going to be your life. You found God's path and now you're going towards like straight. You can just go straight. You don't have to think of like, oh, I made so many friends and friends told me to go and become a celebrity basically, or I have a family and I want to hit really big. I can get so much money being a high level celebrity, whatever, right? You can like make friends, make a business out of this. This is the time, what the time is. So currently we have the time of technology down here, the time of AI, TikTok. New things are needed to be analyzed, whether they would work in your life. Now you have to like really lean into technology and think about what can you buy, how can you improve your life this way. I bought a 3D printer, for example. So the the next step determines business. Number three, not technology related, not power related, but money related. So now, in order to make friends, to make connections, you need a business. Funny enough. Not necessarily for the money, for connections only. To make money, you want to be a politician over here. And to finalize your self improvement, you need that. Well, I called it sexual gratification on one video, and it's just like weird. But, well, social gratification. People have to basically praise you for who you are at this point. There's no escape. They have to accept that you are a fucking big ass deal. Like, you're the Queen of England, bro. Absolutely. I can't wait to become Queen of England. That's King and Queen. And we all know that on the chessboard, Queen is like higher level for some fucking reason. Well, technically, King can be in control of the Queen, so, you know, it's gender neutral, guys. Yep. So it's very interesting how it's just like this is a tree, the bigger tree, and a much bigger tree, which is like community now. Fucking Christmas tree, basically. Then you have ABC, and then God knows, just I don't know. This is just mystical orb. You don't need to worry about it, guys. You just don't have to worry. Like 7 is a cool number. But the next thing to worry about are toxic personalities. And I'll talk all about it. And remind, I feel like I'm just here analyzing the evil around me, just kind of waiting, hoping that technology is going to get better, and that I don't really have to improve that much. Well, hoping is kind of a disgusting thing that we will have to dissect. Hoping sucks because things don't necessarily happen naturally, but being patient is absolutely a beautiful thing, and things do happen. Certain things do happen, and you get to react to those things, and potentially, maybe that's just a much better way of living life, of just being a monk on YouTube. Why is it so powerful to be a monk? Is the power of patience cannot be underestimated. This is one of those things that make this separates good from evil. Evil people are having a hard time being patient. They want things. They want things so badly. They want things right now. They want expensive things and big things. They don't want to compete against each other of how big of a thing they have. And they even use deception and weaponry to be able to get those things or to, project these things. as if they have more in that particular moment. This is what's going on across the world. This is how you easily become evil, chasing stuff all the time. While patience, the guru, the path of God, is just a river flow. You just flow with whatever's going on. You just keep flowing as best as you can. And I'm just starting to understand what this is, but at the same time, I might be here. I might be in a position where at any moment I can become a person who guides a big community, a person who is a big celebrity, basically. I can do my Eurovision bullshit. Had a dream about Justin Bieber shaking my hand pretty much after I released a video about Eurovision and claiming that, yes, I can probably imagine myself going into Eurovision and claiming the trophy for our country once and for all. Everyone can be happy forever, basically, making a historical moment. That would make me a A-listed celebrity eventually, like across like 2 years, if I just do more projects or whatever. Funnel enough people into my community. It doesn't matter. Like these things, you can hop from one to the other. This is how everything is connected. You can be from this to this to this to this, as long as you're within your power level. So there's actually 7 power levels. We have discussed this. This is not new. 7 power levels. And right now I'm in this like position where I can sort of be anything. When you reach the God's path, you can be almost anything, which is crazy. That's how much self-esteem I have accumulated. It can shift to anything. So if I shrink my self-esteem and concentrate it, I would be able to climb this way. It requires resources, right? It requires other people's approval that, yes, you should do that. We need that particular thing right now. But that's about it, and then we all work together because we have it. In a way, it's almost like convincing people that you exist in a particular area and those people should be helpful to you, like that sort of thing, that you can relate to them and their history, something like that. Anyways, and they will help you become these things very quickly. I almost skip. I don't think I was a C-lister ever in my life. I don't think I've made a family, guys. Maybe I haven't made that transition, but I have a feeling that this is easier than most people realize to just shift from one thing to the other. Right now, the reason why I can become a community manager, I'm in the middle of fucking drama. Literally yesterday, there's a fire under me from you know who, the Flat 11, the fucking drama queens of my place that just can't fucking get any discipline because no one fucking cares. And that's just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Can I be community manager, please? Please? Really quickly? Can we just like go through everything and what's going on right now and interview every single person? Just really quickly, guys. And I can really just knock out whatever's in place and truly take advantage of being this, right? Technically opening up a pathway forwards like this. So if you do translate yourself, you're opening more pathways to become something even greater from a different angle. Maybe you'll have more passion. It's very weird matrix that we just unlocked, and it seems to be fucking rock solid because I used the magical number 4, guys. It's just magic. I used it 4 times with extra magic, and all of a sudden we have an improved self-improvement matrix where you can find yourself where you are and what path you're following. Again, most people just want to make a family. They don't want to do much in life. And even that is a little bit hard right now. But all you need to know is that the base step is technology. Next step is business. Next step is politics ish of managing things basically in your area, I imagine. Making a change. And lastly, talking to everyone. Being able to talk to anyone and everyone for a prolonged period of time about anything that's important, dissecting their perception. Like I won't be able to easily reach out to like a celebrity, but I can reach out to a group of people, you know, that just have generally a question or whatever. I can spread my wings across that. And right now I'm growing on this. I think I just reached level 4, you know. For now, I'll just associate with that handshake with JB, bro. I'm like, yeah, I might just be here where that guy is. I might be on the same fucking platform right now, growing my ass off to make sure that I perfect it and leaving the place that, well, didn't quite serve me. But this was the moment I discovered like celebrities exist and they're like important. You discover because like with this, like you imagine yourself as a celebrity. You're thinking of what future you would have. You indulging in this pathway. You don't necessarily have to do anything, but you sing in a shower type of situation, right? You flex your talents. You take care of yourself in that way. But the next thing to do is to recognize that, well, talents have been realized, have been found, have been pushed very hard to the top of the charts and all that shit. It's almost like a war zone. And you discover that celebrities are actually interesting to observe. You don't even need to become one. It can actually be interesting to observe and collect them, basically. I would say this is a more like a collector's edition, but like it's a view. It's a view. Why it's a view? Because it's a lot easier to compile and collect information for the sake of people seeing something, right? A collection is the same thing replicated over and over and over again, but it's slightly different. I want to see what happens when I type in Google a collection. All right, so we have slightly different cars, slightly different cards, slightly different books, slightly different. What is it? It looks like, oh, it's bottle caps. Okay, see, it's slightly different, but it's the same category of something collecting. So you can collect experiences that or celebrity experience. I'm doing that. So I actually solidified over time. I was building channel, and I solidified that idea. Right, it took me like 4 years, 5 years. This is year number 5. Pretty much we're 4 years. Let's put it that way. 4.5. That amount in order to solidify my perception of what the fuck is this new thing that I didn't thought I should give a fuck about. A new way, like you jump over celebrities. Technically, what every step of the way you're doing is you become bigger than the previous thing. So even though there's a path of celebrities, you can still become bigger than a celebrity could ever be. 10 times bigger. Just like an NPC have a hard time being a celebrity because they're too small. You can get bigger and even bigger beyond that point. And hopefully, I'm there already. Funny thing is, self esteem is very quiet. Nothing really happens. You're not in a community environment where people are talking to each other and you always win the conversation or whatever, or you're just the best person to be around and all that shit. Self esteem is quiet because you just keep it to yourself for the most part. You can see that I'm not getting much subscribers and support because I'm not throwing like the highest quality shit uh, that people would recognize as high quality. It's high quality to me because that's my self esteem. You know, I know how high quality I actually am. Mr. Beast is here, by the way. Mr. Beast is actually one step above me right now. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. He's younger and he's still ahead of me. Probably is cheat coding something and probably will have to collapse. It's a very reasonable thing to expect. And after he collapses, we probably shake hands too. It's just how it goes. Anyways, let me speak. Where I literally have to save humanity to save myself. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I still have general hope that people can improve to the point where they're starting to help each other, start to recognize each other, start to talk to each other for fuck's sake. And all of a sudden, we can actually have self improvement to be a natural thing between other people, like bonding with. Well, technically, TikTok does give advice, but you still have to collect it, put it together. I do that. Collection, guys. For now, I just bond with them in my dreams and across the fucking screens. And it's still one sided relationship. I don't know if I'm helping you. I'm just here to help myself out loud. If I can motivate you to improve yourself, that's great. I just exist. That's my self esteem. I barely exist. People always project some kind of weird ass intentions of like, oh, you can't get subscribers, you can't intimidate people to follow you and make you rich and all that shit. And it's such a mockery. I just basically exist, dude. Yes, I would like, but it's not necessary. I need to learn. I need to get myself comfortable and more comfortable. And it's very difficult to get comfortable when a lot of people are toxic pieces of shit on the internet. It gets a little bit uncomfortable that they project intentions that I don't have. They have never seen potentially a person with such high esteem ever in their lives. All right? Because it might take some time, but it will stack up to be like a bonus day in your life. Bonus day. Yes, you can spend it to celebrate. But of course they haven't seen it because they wouldn't be able to comprehend how one tiny person can start destroying an empire of a celebrity's empire. Celebrities are not that deep, okay? They're not that fucking OP. They just accumulated fame and fortune, and there's fanboys that willing to defend celebrities, willing to skibidi around the internet, and get triggered, and it's not productive for you guys. I swear. And it's not gonna change my mind of how I feel that they just have basic talents and they're popular. What the fuck is big about that? There's so many bigger things to do. We can change and save humanity from fucking evils of the world. Don't we want to do that sometimes? But if you're efficient, you get bonus time. You're just solving and recognizing problems that you have in your life and finding the right solution to that. Doge is put in here because very interesting thing is happening with privacy right now. We're realizing that a lot of criminals have privacy too, and they're hiding a lot of fucking criminal activity. All you need to do is look below the pot of what's brewing underneath. People need to be investigated and confronted and talked to. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of pots brewing, some pots brewing faster than others. We have to look into it. Every now and then we have to like remove the shield of privacy so we know that no criminal activity is happening. We know that people are willing to take discipline seriously and not bother other people. They are concerned about something and whatnot, not just left alone forever. That is ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's hard to just build confidence out of nothing when you don't even have an opportunity. To talk, to respect, none of that. Before Doge, before Trump's election, we had Diddy exposed as well. So we're starting to realize that peeling off privacy of many things is very helpful right now. A lot of things can be hidden across the world, not just in America, you know? Or just people have such negligence that, problems just keep on piling up. And I feel the need to just like run away. Like for real, just run away, find a better place. But how easy is that anymore? Everyone has that same urge. It's just not easy anymore. there is a chance that I'm actually holding myself back and I could do a lot better by spending the 3 years of the apocalypse somewhere else. Just do something else because it's too much. Like right now, today, not only I had to scream, and it's like you don't want to spend time screaming. You want to spend time being happy. Like that's your time management. Potentially, happiness is gonna create even more happiness in the future. That's the whole point of what kind of behavior, what behavior. Yeah, mysticism is recognizing that time is the key, the patience is the key, but we will have to analyze, like scientists, very carefully every aspect of these things, of how to enter this like scientific calculation. For now, the best thing I can promise you guys is that we're gonna have a tier list, right? We're just gonna have a tier list of how can you spend your time so it's like the best time spent. Of course, you need a mix. Yeah, it's funny. It would be just like one of these food pyramids, right? But for time, because it's weird because you spend time, but you eat food. It's very different. So putting in a like food pyramid is weird, but it's just the same thing. There's quality things that you need a lot of, and there's less quality, and it shouldn't be a fucking pyramid in the first place. If that's the case, it's weird. Fucking, it's weird. I like tier lists, to be honest. Wait, it should be the opposite. There's a lot of things that you can spend time on, but they're not valuable. Is the top of the pyramid that actually have valuable things to offer to you. This is the way food pyramid should be. I mean, Jesus. Time management, the most. It's very basic. Where do you get time management from? Exactly. What habits can you adopt to make your time management the best? All right, so we're gonna build a tier list for that. Narcissism of the self-esteem and then sociopathy. Okay, we skipped a few things, but this is psychopaths, anarchists, narcissists, and sociopaths. 4 toxic personalities that you probably want to avoid that will drain your time, get you in trouble, just like I said, and waste it. Waste your self-esteem. These are the traps, these are the snakes of the world. And you at least need to know how they operate, what patterns of behavior they possess, all that shit, so you can strategize a little bit. Let me introduce. There's not a lot of examples of people being anarchist and sociopathic, but I always use PewDiePie and Mr. Beast as the greatest psychopath and narcissist examples because it's at least easiest. They're not like the most evil, but it's easiest to understand. Mr. Beast leans towards evil, towards doing crazy shit, but he compensates with doing charity at the same time, trying to make people feel good about his existence, trying to clean his reputation. While other narcissists would lean towards evil and just evil alone. They will always side with evil and not give a fuck about anything. This is where we are. We're in the position of like capitalism greed. People leaning towards evil, just like hoarding money, not even sharing the money, just hoarding wealth and money and pretending that that's all for them, that they have earned it, guys. Oh, wow. Even when they scam people, they still think I've earned it. You are stupid people, and it all belongs to me now. All the money belongs to me, and I need it. That is horrifying. There's just literally narcissists who think evil path is a good path, who will funnel money into their pockets, even if they're going to be looked at as criminals. There's a lot of people who do that legally as well. Now let's go to PewDiePie. PewDiePie, on the other hand, just kind of went straight, got his bag, realized, oh, I guess I retire now. Psychopaths literally don't give a fuck about anyone else. They don't care at all. Narcissists, they do care about other people. They want to make sure that they follow where the herd is following. Where the pile of sheep is, I need to be the wolf. within the sheep. I have to, take advantage of that situation. It's predatory. With psychopaths, they don't care at all until they need something, until they're thirsty for blood and they come out as vampires and get their bag, basically. So what PewDiePie did is do the most basic strategy, grind YouTube until he cannot grind no more, until his self-esteem just kind of evaporated on being a meme lord or whatever, meme collector. Technically putting PewDiePie over here, maybe? A meme collector, right? It's not a real collection where you like literally interacting with high-level celebrities. Nah, it's just memes where you can hang out with some fucking bros, I guess. And in that sense, MrBeast already beaten PewDiePie. We know that much. We see bigger number. But we can still make it even bigger with cheat codes. We need to cheat now. Ghost runs away to an island, never to be. Japan is an island, guys. Really active ever again. Just man, he is not gonna give any more content to you. If you are attached to PewDiePie, you lose, basically. That's the funny thing, because he never fucking cared about you. Every now and then, the only thing you can do right now is like read books because he asked you to, and it's just like, good luck with that. Like, books are not an interesting thing to do in today's day and age, bro. It's not a patient thing to do either. It's anxiety riddle. Reading books, like, it's trash. It's a way to do something while you're bored. But there's so many things to do, so many things to learn, mostly like technology related. And if you fucking read books, you have zero understanding what technology is. Basically, again, PewDiePie does not care about you. He's just so rich, he can afford to read books. He can afford to not give a fuck about anything that's important anymore. And following people like that is a fucking waste of time. Ask for money, like, just a generic waste of time. While narcissists actually put up good content out into the wild to they call it like social experiments, but again, they're just evil. They call it social experiments, but they're evil, and they have to compensate every single time, and they get in drama over and over and over again. Then they have like weird intentions. MrBeast is named after being a predator for a fucking reason. It's just how it goes, bro. He says it's a random name, but it's a name that's stuck. Has the sponsorship money on his forehead. It's real fast. Because it's easy for him. He doesn't care about. He says it's random, so he doesn't have to take accountability of calling himself a fucking predator. Basically, that's how it is, boys. Basically, I love it. Care about many things. The problem is that we never had the other two. We didn't have an anarchist or a sociopath on the platform of YouTube, and now you have a chance to elect me to watch my videos and just stick around because I'm gonna go all the way to the top. I will break rules. The rules that you have to gain subscribers by gaining subscribers by being popular. How about I gain subscribers by being YouTube CEO and asking for subscribers with a pop-up of like, give me subscribers. I'm your biggest friend. I want to break rules. I'm an anarchist, bro. Now, I might overdo it and I might fucking do some stupid shit and people have to keep me accountable. But this is about destroying rules that don't actually serve anyone, simplifying them, and adding more rules because that's what I do to compensate my behavior as well. I'm not just here to destroy, I'm here to improve most of the time. Destruction has to come with a compensation. What Elon Musk is doing with Doge is actually pretty smart. Like, if we're saving money for Americans, might as well just give money to Americans. That sounds like super cool. Maybe it's fake news, but it is what it is. I like it. I like the idea, which is kind of like, if we can, the biggest thing that I wanted to do as an anarchist is to twist the rule where everything gets funneled into just one person. Everything goes to MrBeast. Everyone else, there's a low amount of chance to become a YouTuber, and I want just to give to the small people so they can grow faster, just to double check maybe they are a big YouTuber and they just need a little boost. They just need a little fucking tap on the shoulder of like, you're doing well, whatever, right? Some encouragements, some monetary fucking support, whatever it takes to keep them afloat. Figure that shit out. That would be also what I would do. Elon Musk is an anarchist. There is an example of an anarchist going around, right? And technically, Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, is a sociopath. I'm not sure. He looks like one. He looks like a robot that suddenly changed because, like, oh, people don't like the way I look. I have to change that. I have to rebrand. It's a sudden change of heart that happens where you get pulled by, like, oh, this person is doing well. I have to get closer to that person. I have to make sure that they like me. Oh no, this person is doing well now, and this person sucks. I'll go to this person now. That's what sociopath does. They just run around to whoever is winning. Just like Ariana Grande, by the way. But Ariana Grande picks kind of victims, weak men, that she can run away from anytime and she wouldn't be judged. But at some point now, she's being called out as like a home wrecker or whatever. But these are like weak men that nobody likes in actuality. That they're just full of shit. So Ari is justified for whatever she's doing. I'm not condemning her. I understand her strategy of uh, being a sociopath in heart, of running around to whoever you feel is winning. You can set the rules of who is winning. You can decide who is winning for you personally. If you personalize this, you're probably fine. If you just chase like the top tier people and you have no your personal moral compass, you're just gonna be salivating like a fanboy over. You're gonna go skibbity basically. You're gonna have this medical condition called skibbity, and I'm sorry, bro. It's very severe. It has like 3 eyes in there. That's crazy. How many eyes do you need? What about me? What about me? Psychopath, you're just like too chill to be relevant for anyone. This guy, if that guy is popular, it's of how normal. All right, right? So if it's not to get interested in this is an anarchy, interesting one. You gotta be very mindful that that's the thing as well. All right, an anarchist is a toxic personality. A person who dislikes rules, you technically have to have more rules. Anarchists are so powerful that they actually deleted themselves from the game. And when people say psychopath, narcissist, and sociopath, they forgot that guy who probably broke out of the jail. We have to put him back in there. Holy shit. You have to have more order than less order. It's just those rules must not be invasive and destructive. Rules have to be constructive and make sure constructive that you're doing more work. You know, new PC. Okay, pathways. Family. Course. Where's the work, dude? Isn't that beautiful? Basically, work. It simply has to have returns, right? So if it's work has to have returns. Not work if it doesn't work. Okay, it's not work if it doesn't have the full package. All right, isn't that beautiful? The work has to seek more work to give you return. It doesn't have to return you with the money. That's the important part. Returns, that's what it is. Work is anything with any returns. This is why I grow my self-esteem so easily, because I just do the work. Oh, you think it's just the money? Money. Well, everything changed suddenly, didn't it? Everything suddenly changed to not money, but technology now. It was still in the transition period, so people are still trembling in fear of like, but I need more money. I need even more money to pay renters. What about technology, though, where you don't have to pay rent no more? What if you can get that done, right? What if you just travel down a little bit, see how other people do it? Maybe you'll stay there, but you're gonna swing back. You know, prepare yourself to travel to make sure you're not paying rent. maybe you can rent property to someone else, so while they stay in there. It's hard. 'Cause someone has to overwatch. Like setting things up, it's a little bit hard. It's up to you to figure things out. But if people can find employment and pretend that every single YouTuber attempt to leech money, like okay, dude.
In self-improvement
Okay.
matrix, 4x4 grids where
And no one can be
this
trusted,
going
huh? No one can be
this way
trusted.
you are NPC. Going this way you are a celebrity.
All right, so
Going
we
this way,
skip that.
and this is just the
Yep,
starting.
yep.
He is like based on chessboard.
Yep.
Sending information that celebrity right now in terms
Yep.
of well, but just the people because he retired. It's more like 10 million subs, or like what does this mean?
I won't say
A C-listed celebrity does what exactly to do this? Right. I always look at people as like big celebrities that can always just like create
Well, they can grow their community.
Discord and have conversations. Why are they not doing that? Because I always want to do this.
Like you have the celebrity experience you can share with more and more people and talk about it and lift them up as well, so they can try to be C-listed. And all of a sudden, you're just like pulling people in
I always see the
into a never-ending discussion of like, but what about this B thing, and then maybe eventually become one. I mean, if you can manage a community of people interested in celebrity or whatever, right? You manage a collector's community, you can become a B-listed.
path as this, and I don't see celebrities interacting, so it's like cringe for me. But that wouldn't make a celebrity.
So yeah, I'm putting this puzzle together. Kind of, it's weird. It's weird. It works. It's still a little awkward, but we returned it, and now this was born because of max stats. This was born because I spend time here, and it's very valuable to remind ourselves that it's great to just build these matrices. It's really powerful. So it would definitely go on top of the tier list of just building my mindset whenever I feel like I have enough insights to pour into a matrix and just solidify this whole picture all together. Hopefully it all works together as well, all comes nicely. But yeah, I call it a matrix of many insights put together.
It's something I love. Not
Blah, blah,
waste
blah.
of time. Whatever you can achieve, which imperfect version.
I looked back into some old video because that's what I have to do.
Next episode of the tier list. Right now, we're just gonna finish the rewinds. Again,
Pretty much I talked about everything.
I'm trying to speculate my way into the insights to like fill in the empty space and map out the area. So
Yeah, I looked back into videos, and you have to always get the newest stuff. You always have to watch the newest stuff. Only if you're an anxious person. This is why people are actually waiting on me and they're not subscribing. They want me to become something. Then they can understand of like, yeah, you're pretty big. Yeah, you can do that. But until that happens, people have a hard time like following. It is scary because sometimes like patience feels like, why be patient? You should take action. You should build things. You should try different things. And yeah, I'm building it right now. I'm gonna go up somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I still haven't mastered this whole tree of things because it could be a whole tree of things to become, or at least have a chance. Like, who knows, man? For me, it does feel like once you reach in any pathway, you are capable of becoming anything on the same level.
So everyone expects you to kind of just like accept the great
Anyways.
job stability.
I also like realized that like this mysticism in here that is like so big that people cannot even like describe it anymore. You can just be called God at this point. Going across the path of God.
I had this.
I understand the skibbity thing that people want to defend whatever they hold dear. And they project their principles of like, you shouldn't talk bad about this person or whatever. But those principles are weak. And you are not that person. You're just NPC fool who we don't even know how many babies you have made. On YouTube, we probably need to establish a rule that family matters. You know, if you have family, you have prestige. If you have age and connections, you have prestige to be able to do more things on the platform, be more respectable, get your comment higher rated, all that shit.
Experience of
You know,
doing work and establish.
I drew from this, and remember this. This was episode 2, I believe. Logan Paul sitting down next to a fucking vampire overlord who wants to live forever because that's all that matters. Time is all that matters, and technically he's not wrong. And that would put him in a position of self improvement greatly. Now, we have to think about the little things too. This was the patience meter of like, patience is greater than being evil, obviously. Than just bouncing around and trying to get things for yourself. And those things might slip away and be taken away. Regardless. You know, what did you do in life? How did you get to your position? And people, oh, I don't have to respect you then. All of a sudden, people will get a new weapon to use against you and remove you piece by piece so you can turn to patient. They will humble you down. Trust me. People will come back to haunt you from the past if you wronged them. Karma will happen the moment people will have new weapons. They will test them on you. They can't wait to do that. It's just how it goes. Very interesting stuff. This is why you remain patient, because you know there's a lot of things changing in the world, and as long as you keep track of all these many changes, you're doing fine. You're just overwatching everything, and the only thing you have to do is keep yourself safe to make sure that the changes don't come and haunt you and don't poke you too much. Keep yourself safe. But whatever happened yesterday, I mean, I don't know what to do. It's not easy to fucking report bad behavior. It's not like, I understand these are fucking evil people below me, and it's not easy to fucking capture them. Basically, even if they do bad things in their private little world, and we know that they're evil, as if nobody wants to do much about it, you can't catch them at all. But the river flows. I am learning, I'm preparing myself, while everyone else potentially cares a little bit less than they should. Meaning that whoever cares the most will have the highest self-esteem because they know what the fuck they're talking about. They know where the things are going. They can predict the future better than you can, because you have just been bouncing around and seeking quick gratification and whatnot. Finding the future is observing these kind of people, analyzing their moves. We don't have dragons, but we have dragonflies, and people are fascinated by these creatures because they sort of do what I just described. Predict the future. I still think I remember most of these. Eat is weird. What? What food do you eat? Is that it? And to me personally, because I can't choose, I just eat cheap food, and usually cheap food is actually better for you than expensive food. That's just how it goes in life. Like, food is not supposed to be expensive, and in order to make it more expensive, people have to process their foods and, shove it into containers and mix them together and cook those foods. And basically, you probably don't need that necessarily. You just need a skill of cooking foods yourself. Having technology will very much help you. Having an air fryer, which I still don't have, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll buy one very soon. No one's gonna stop me, right? I'm actually gonna put air fryer in the fucking bag right now. I'm not gonna click buy, but I will put it in the bag because I realize, fuck yeah, dude. I'm taking that. I'm gonna take mini oven You know, I have good meals out of that mini oven. Just you wait. Technology allows you to improve the way you prepare foods. You don't have to fast food yourself anymore. You just throw stuff into uh, the air fryer, whatever fries, and you're good to go. And potentially you have cheaper foods too, just because you bought technology. All of a sudden you're saving money. The only thing now you have to do is make sure that nobody fucking steals that technology, no one fucking messes with you, and creates fucking a knockout situation. Like Europe is very dangerous when it comes to holding technology for yourself. Uh-oh. Anyways, remove bad habits, find easy, well, improvements, easy goals, but hard experience. We take all experience that happens seriously and permanently. Every X that you have dated, you have to have records of that. You have to fucking analyze all experiences that you have collected. You have to actually have a collection of that. You have to appreciate it. If anything slips through your fingers and you don't give a fuck about life, you're wasting your time because you will get bored. You will run out of things to do very soon. Especially if you become a celebrity and you get to the end of the path, you will run out of things to do. You will fucking hit a grim wall and potentially even bounce off of it down because of all the depression that you feel. It's hard. You bounce down just to like maybe lift another person, but it is what it is. It's up to you. But taking things seriously is so important. The next thing that we touched, like sleep. See how Matrix just kind of untangles itself. Now, this one, staying passive or active, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Actually, gonna have to revisit this. And there's so many more things to revisit. This is why I just came back to check out all the videos and all the ideas and push them just a little bit forward. And we still just touched 2 max stats episodes. Sleep is also important. I'm still not exactly sure. It's a mysterious thing. It's a demon. You're feeding a demon, going to sleep. You go into the world where you can do whatever the fuck you want, basically. And I feel like you should tone down the anxiety because even I have anxiety of like I want this person, I want that person. I just keep fucking creating so much noise. Because your intentions just start getting out of control of how many things you want. Of like what? So maybe it's good to focus. I still haven't figured it out. It's still a mystery. We still have to make a max stats episode about these specific things individually. Break these down potentially. Maybe some bigger than others. Sleep is one of those things for sure. Self esteem is also a thing, but now we see it. It's all the way across here. Self esteem is a way to improve yourself for sure. It's something you start with and you level up with for a very long time. At some point, self esteem stops being important. It doesn't matter who you think you are. You have the chance to be the best. You just have to take appropriate actions to do that, to get there. It gets scary because, like, what if you want to be the best? You have to be perfect? What does that mean? That's crazy. So, sometimes it's just best to take a safe direction and go that way. Especially, like, if you're protecting other people, if you don't want to move out, like, what? People need to be protected. People need to be make sure that they're safe, especially if they're useful to you. You don't need to get out of your mom's womb and their room just to make your own family. Sometimes it's not that fucking easy. People need protection. People are under attack potentially. Who knows? Right? Everyone's path is different based on what they recognize. But again, This is pretty good to pick a better path. I am still not in a position to become super famous, because this is where it starts, when a community starts brewing. And people actually challenging me at the moment, but they realize that, well, I didn't choose this path. I didn't choose to be just a predator to everyone, of just hunting down a special moment that could give me 1,000 views. I am not necessarily doing that on purpose. I need this path to be realized. And more on that later. Well, it's too much about me, but the best way to analyze something is to actually care about it, and I put myself on this list. But yeah, I cared a lot about this, and maybe not a lot about other things, but I also started caring about like C-listed celebrities simply because they are important. They were on my level, and they're still kind of on the same page because I just started, right? I just started sparking this, entering this area, and it would be nice if I would be able to drag the C-listed celebrities upwards. I want to pull them up, so I almost have greater and greater capacity to do that. But once I become fully realized in level 4, there's no reason to pull them up. I now want to associate with B-listed and shake their hands more and more often. Level up that handshake. Just to be
Basic
crazy.
principles of you will.
We have time for one more insight. Might as well do it. What is this?
So, I don't know. You're trying to escape basically freezing, is what I'm thinking right now.
Well, you have to always stay not only active, but constantly improving yourself of things that actually matter. You push forward things that actually matter, that would solve the problem around you. And there's a good chance that, you know, you'll get better at it, and you come back and just bam, eliminate it. Bam, eliminate it. All these evils, right? You can put them as like red dots. Solve these problems. Solve this and that and this. You come back and just bam. Defeat it. And potentially you're solving a problem that another person is also dealing with, and you get potentially rewarded for it. Potential. Most biggest reward is making sure that you're not plagued with problems, that you're moving forward, that you're getting the right technology, you educating yourself about business, of helping others, because that's what it is. The next level is to help others after you help yourself. And you have a high self-esteem. It's like, that's great, but you're going to offend a lot of people if you don't try to help them too. The path of God, of like, what's the question? What can I give advice on? There are gurus of all kinds. There are mentors of all kinds. There should be more life coaches, but they're very rare. You must not underestimate how rare it is for other people to care about your problems. Very rare. I can potentially translate your problem into my problem. From your perspective, whatever you're dealing with, I might find it in my life, and I have to double check. That's why I like helping other people potentially. I'm still not doing that, but potentially I like that. There's just all that has to happen is just I have to start flooding discords with people, and then we have it. We have a growing community, and technically all I have to do is be more patient and remind people that Discord exists. You should check it out. You should check it out. From my perspective, my Discord is different because that's just me. Everyone else is silent, meaning it's like there's a lot of empty space for us to just have a general discussion and move on. Maybe you'll come back later. Maybe you'll change your minds and you want 2 conversations, not 1. But this is what most people do, and I think it's a good thing to do. Just have one general conversation. It's fine. That's the capacity of a normal person who is discovering Discord. So it's technically, at the moment, something everyone should pursue just to have a taste. They don't have to be a participant of the community. They just gotta bounce the ball and check it out every now and then. Maybe they're ready for the second conversation, right? Hopefully it doesn't turn into an argument. Because usually I win those. And you get to quit or be banned. Anyways, well, that's it, technically. The next episodes of Max Stats. This was episode 3. So yeah, I was just like unpacking this. No Pain, No Gain was just me realizing that something had to change. In most people's lives, like, you feel pain and you feel discomfort when something's gotta change. I also added one more, yeah, seek comfort. Grind the same concepts to death until you're not interested in them anymore, and see how long it takes. This is where the fun happens because I have the concept of influence. So I grinded PewDiePie to death. 9,000 influence. That's what it was. You take something you like and you grind it to death and you move on to the next thing. I have shared everything I know so far. That's on top of my head. That's valuable for self-improvement, and we just keep on hammering. We need to be patient. These episodes, there's going to be a lot of them. All right? And that's what self-improvement is. It's just there's a lot of chances to get hit by an insight and you realize, oh my god, I can solve this problem. I can untangle myself from all these fools who want to be associated with me, but they don't provide me anything. Whatever you're entangled with. And I also, remember, want to hear your story and have a simple discussion in Discord in case something happened to you or something is happening to you. Whatever the status of the problem is, as long as you're fully aware of it, you probably have a good conversation waiting to happen. See you guys next time.